I'm logged in as a coach, and I'm on the my homepage, and I've selected the August 2010 event, and I'm on the athlete search tab. And this tab allows us to search for athletes who meet certain criteria. So, for example, let's go ahead and search and see. I want to search for the bioelectric impedance analysis, uh, also known as body fat. Basically, I want to see out of all my athletes for this event, only for this event, I want to see who happens to have had the lowest a body fat below 15%. So I need to be here, and let's scroll down and select 15% and hit the search button. And sure enough, there's two athletes who've tested for that event who happen to have a BIA, or body fat index, below 15%. And you can sort them here. You can say, hey, what do we have? We have 12% and 14%. Of course, you can always go back to the search screen and say, hey, give me anybody who's got uh, below 20%. So it'll locate more athletes, of course. So 5 records, and in this event we happen to have 5 records. So pretty much everybody in this event happened to have a body fat below 20%. So in here I've sorted it. This is the 12.8% body fat and 17% body fat. Of course, we can always go back and say, hey, I'm a coach, and these are my events. These are the events that I can see. These are my athletes. They've tested with me, and I've participated in 5 events. I want to see who happened to have a body fat below 15%, and I know that if I searched only for this event, I'll get 2 athletes only. But what if I say, hey, for all the athletes of all the combines that I'm allowed to see, let's go ahead and search and see. Well, we get 9 records. We get 9 records, and two of them, this one here and this one here, are from the August event, but the other ones are from different events, as you can see here. As you can see, so I can always say, okay, these are all my athletes for all the events. The search criteria is the BIA, or body fat less than 15%, and we're including the athletes from all events. And I can say, go ahead and sort them. So we'll go ahead and sort them by body fat, and it goes from 11% all the way to 15%, as expected. Now, of course, you can sort by anything in here. You can say, hey, show me, go ahead and sort it by age when tested. Out of these 9 athletes, sort them by age when tested. Or even better, you can say, hey, I'm interested in people with a body fat less than 15%. Let's go ahead and let me go ahead and put them side by side. Let's go ahead and select all these athletes in one shot, and I'm going to fire up the athletes compare page. It's very doable. It's going to go locate these 9 athletes, and you're going to get to see. Now, mind you, this is going to be a very wide screen, but you can get to see all the athletes in one athletes compare page. And if we scroll further down, all their results for all the events they've participated in. And looking back at the body fat, you can, of course, let me hide this guy briefly. So if we go to the top, you can go ahead and prove to yourself, yeah, this is the same data we've searched for. So you can sort. So sure enough, it's the body fat of 11%, and it goes all the way up to 15%. So this is a brief summary of what you can do with the search, the athlete search tab. So I'm going to go back to the search tab. Now, mind you, you could have picked up any other criteria. For example, you can say, hey, give me anybody who happens to have an NTI of above 500. Or so we can search, we can let me say, let's focus on this event only. Let's search for that, and nobody got an NTI above 500. It could be that this event did not have any skating component, but you can say, hey, all my events, go ahead and give me anybody who's got an NTI score of above 500. So what do we have? We have 12 records, and of course you can sort by NTI, and this is the lowest NTI all the way to the highest NTI. This is a brief description of what you can do with the athlete search. Of course, you can do composite search criteria. So you can say, hey, I want anybody. Now, mind you, here I've selected all my events, all the events that I can search for. You can say, hey, give me anybody who happens to have body fat below 15% and who happens to have to be more than 6 feet high, and whose weight's gotta be above 200 pounds. So let's go ahead and search, see if anybody comes. Sure enough, one record. We found one person. This is the search criteria here, whose height is above 6 feet or 182 centimeters, and whose weight is above 200 pounds or 90 kilograms, and whose NTI happens to be greater than 500, and whose body fat happens to be less than 15%, and who the search was done across many events, all the events that I as a coach am allowed to see, or the events that I've participated in. And this is the guy, the body fat below 15%, weight above 200 pounds, height above 6 feet. He happens to be 6 feet matched, and sure enough, NTI above 500. This is it.